Diego Maradona, the genius who carried a nation. Some players become stars, some become champions, and a few become symbols of an entire nation. Diego Maradona was not just a footballer, he was magic, he was chaos, he was joy, he was pain, he was the boy from poverty who rose to touch greatness. This is the story of Diego Maradona. Diego Armando Maradona was born in 1960 in a poor neighborhood near Buenos Aires. His family did not have much, but Diego had a gift, a football at his feet, and imagination in every touch. The streets were his first stadium, the dirt was his first pitch, and every game was a chance to escape. Even as a child, Maradona was different. The ball seemed tied to his foot. He could turn faster than defenders could think. He could see passes before they existed. He was small, but fearless, poor, but rich with talent. And soon, Argentina began to notice. At only 15 years old, Maradona made his professional debut for Argentinos Juniors. He was still a boy, but he played like the game belonged to him. Every touch carried confidence. Every run carried danger. Fans did not just watch him play. They felt something. They felt that greatness had arrived early. Then came Boca Juniors, the club of passion, the club of noise, the club of dreams. For Maradona, wearing Boca's colors meant everything. He gave the fans skill. He gave them victory. He gave them a reason to believe. But his talent was becoming too large for one country. Europe was calling. In Europe, Maradona entered a different world. Bigger money, bigger pressure, bigger expectations. Barcelona brought fame, but also pain. Injuries tested him. Defenders targeted him. The spotlight followed every step. The boy from Villa Fiorito was becoming a global star. But fame came with shadows. Then, in 1984, Maradona arrived in Naples. Napoli was not the richest club. It was not the most powerful. The city felt forgotten by the football elite. But when Maradona came, everything changed. To the people of Naples, he was not only a player, he was hope, he was pride, he was one of them. With Maradona, Napoli rose. He carried the team through impossible matches. He scored, he created, he fought. And in 1987, Napoli won the Italian league title. For the first time in their history, the city exploded with joy. Naples had found its king, and his name was Diego. But Maradona belonged to more than a club. He belonged to Argentina, a country that loved football deeply, a country that wanted glory, a country that saw in Diego its pain, its pride, its defiance. Every time he wore the number 10, he carried millions on his shoulders. In 1986, the World Cup became Maradona's stage. Match after match, he controlled the game. He dribbled, he passed, he inspired. Argentina did not just have a captain, they had a force of nature. And then came the match. That would define his legend forever. Against England, Maradona gave football two unforgettable moments. The first was controversial, a goal touched by his hand, a moment that became known as the hand of God. But minutes later, he gave the world something no one could question. He took the ball in his own half. One defender fell behind, then another, then another. He kept going, through pressure, through fear, through history, and scored one of the greatest goals ever seen in one match. Maradona showed both sides of his legend, controversy, and genius. Argentina went all the way, and in Mexico City, Maradona lifted the World Cup. He had carried his nation to glory. For Argentina, he became immortal. For football, he became legend. The boy from Villa Fiorito had reached the top of the world. But greatness can be heavy. Maradona's life was never simple. The fame grew louder, the pressure became crueler. His struggles became public. There were controversies, addiction, suspensions, painful moments that followed him everywhere. The world loved his magic, but often forgot the human being inside it. Maradona fell many times, but he kept returning to football, to Argentina, to the people who never stopped loving him, even when he was criticized. He remained unforgettable. Even when he struggled, he remained Diego, imperfect, brilliant, human. To many people, Maradona was more than a champion. He represented the poor, the forgotten, the underestimated. He played with anger, with joy, with rebellion, and with a kind of beauty that could not be taught. He made people believe that someone from nothing could become everything. In 2020, Diego Maradona passed away. The world mourned. Argentina cried. Naples cried. Football cried. Because a part of the game had left with him. But legends do not disappear. They remain in memory, in stories, in streets, in every child who touches a ball and dreams. Diego Maradona was not perfect. And that is part of why the world remembers him. He was genius and struggle, glory and pain, light and shadow. But with a football at his feet, he became something unforgettable. He gave joy to millions. He carried a nation. He changed a city. And he made the world believe in match. Some players are remembered for statistics. Some are remembered for trophies. But Diego Maradona is remembered for making football feel alive. This was Diego. Fade to black.